Hey people, it's me, Dukect, back with another vlog review, and this time it is about the brand new Netflix show, superhero show, which might start off another superhero universe, because hey, that's what we do nowadays, Jupiter's Legacy. And right off the bat, I'm going to give out the positives here. I have to say the production values of this show are very well done. I like the superpowers. They have, it feels like there's a lot of money went into this. It's not like the CW type of stuff, which they could be hit or miss. But here, the superpowers, regardless how wacky and crazy they are, they hit. Majority of them hit, and honestly, they do a really good job with them. Every single one, they highlight. They do a really good job here, the VX and everything else. Also, when the story goes to the 1930s, which I'll get into later, it looks great as well. They really care about the story and the entire thing. I feel this show really does a great. Just a great job on the production values. And I honestly think that, I'm hopeful when the second season does come out. I hope when the second season come out, which I believe it's already volume 1, but I think there is I think there's potential for a series. A potential for a very good show. It has some, it has some issues, and I'll get to that in a bit. But overall, I really did enjoy the first season and the action scenes and everything else. I really did. They did a really good job on it. The story, though, it's kind of all over the place. Because I think there's a good idea of the story here. It talks about a former businessman, Sheldon Sampson, with their merry group of people going to this island. When him and his brother and future wife gets superpowers, and that's actually really cool. I like that idea. I really like that idea, and the way the aesthetics work, I really, really like that. The story is him slowly losing his mind as well. I think that part of the 30s stuff is great, but when it comes to the modern day, which they have some good modern stuff. I mean, Andrew Horton plays Brandon Sampson, the son of Sheldon. He is a really good job as Paragon. I think he does a good job. Chloe Sampson, Ella Kemporis, she's decent, and there's some. Again, I really did like Ian Quentin as Hutch as well. There's some good things there in the modern day, but it just does not fit. It feels like it just like, wow, it just gets me really good. The 1930s stuff I'm really intrigued with that story, and then we gotta go right to the modern day. And I'm like, why? I mean, it feels like it wants to have. The narrative is like we see the rise of Jupiter, like we see the rise of the Union and the somewhat fall of it during the same time. And quite honestly, I just don't think it works. It reminds me a bit of Lost, when, if you remember that TV show, it had the past and you had the present, and then it went to the future and then with the past. Showing these clips out of like sequence. I don't think a show like this needs that storytelling, device. I think the story needs to have a center focus, and the center focus, either it's the past or it's the future. I think it needs to pick one, and I honestly think if the show focused majority on the 1930s, with Sheldon Sampson with his family, work just doing that, having that type of the groups of the powers, and him the utopian, to figure that out, the journey to it, and seeing how the highs it was, and in fact, how did humanity get these superpowers after the whole finding out they got their superpowers and everything else. How did everyone else on the planet get superpowers when there was no record of like metahumans, mutants, or whatever these like, superpowers people here? I don't know how that happened, but here we are. Yep, it's a comic book universe, which just feels that's another. How did this happen? Was there a power surge? Did this just because these people showed up that meant everyone got powers? I hope they answer this in season 2, but even then, with all the baggage of season 1, it feels, again, all the story elements and everything else building up to it, it feels cluttered. There's so much stuff going on that you're just like, man, I just feel like the story just needs just to have a singular focus. I already repeat that stuff, but I truly believe that Jupiter's Legacy would have been a lot better, and I think I like that. I do, I really do, and I believe that it would have been a better show if it had a consistent focus. Here, it just goes all over the place, and with the whole. And then this is a spoiler review, by the way. I'm putting the spoilers there. Brandon's main issue of Sheldon's, look, maybe it's just me, but I don't see the moral conundrum of that. That, oh, he should have done this to Black Star. I'm like, in that situation, in that type of craziness, you might have no other options. You have no other options, and I just think that the utopian just doesn't see that. He has this 100%. Oh, I did everything, and then yet if he doesn't, there's consequences to that, and that's what it is. And sometimes even Superman probably had to do something like that as well. It's just, in the comics, I think he actually tried to kill, I think there were like 3, bad Kryptonians in one comic book. I need to look that up. He did. He just left them to a planet that has nobody, like there was like nothing there. And he just said, yeah, y'all, he just made judgment and just said deuces and left them there. Probably die. Same as Batman. Yeah, KG Beast in its like first issue. I saw in this huge storyline with KG Beast, Batman pretty much killed him. Yeah, because he locked him into this like airtight cell or whatever. Oh, they reckon. Oh, he was released by the police or whatever. But yeah, they was trying to kill him. And also in the good Superman films, people say, oh, Christopher Reeve. Yeah, Superman 2. When they faced Zod and all of them, he took them all out. Him and Lois. Yeah, dropped them down to the Fortress of Solitude. Yeah, they killed him. So I mean, I don't want them to become the Punisher, but there are some instances that you might have no other choice. Some say, oh, there's a billion choices, but no. It's like some saying, well, it's like Captain Kirk. There's no such thing as no-win scenario. Yeah, there are some no-win scenarios. All right? Sometimes there are no-win scenarios. Sometimes you got to do this or that, and that's it. There is no other option. And, I don't know, maybe Utopian's right, but I think he needs to, bend a bit and just say, yeah, sometimes we might have no other option, but this is only an extreme emergency. This is an extreme emergency that you might have to kill. That's what the code that he has, supposedly, never to kill anyone and never interfere in political matters, which is good, but honestly, his older brother has other plans with that. So, I think what we're going to see that in season 2. Hopefully that plan takes shape and all these other things. But that's my personal thing. Brandon killing somebody is not the end of the goddamn world. Personally, that's just me. But overall, though, I enjoyed the first season. And it was a bit of a throwback having all the episodes at once instead of waiting weekly. Part of me missed that, but missed that because that setup is just, you can build stories throughout time. You can build anticipation and all these other things. Here, it's just like it goes to one go, and then after it's all done, you feel like, okay, we're done here. Now what? And, it's that new Netflix thing, and hopefully they change that, because I think at the end of the day, I think the Disney, HBO Max, that type of weekly schedule, the old TV scheduling and such, I think overall it's better for the experience than just giving everything out now. So, you could do that anyway. You could choose to do that like once a week or whatever, but no, most people are going to just go and binge, because that's what they do. They will binge. And I binged this show, and overall, though, I enjoyed it. The cast was really good. Josh Duhamel, really, I believed him as this Superman archetype. Ben Daniels did a good job. Leslie Bibb did a really good job here as well. Yeah, so I think she did a good job here. Like I said, Clampus, she did a good job. Again, there's a lot of good people who did a good job here. Matt Lannister really did some good stuff as well. Also, voice of Anakin Skywalker in Clone Wars, and yeah, so you know what, he knows how to play the good guy turned villain, and yeah, he did a good job as well. I think Tyler Mane did a good job as Black Star. Grace Dizani did a good job. Everyone here did a really good job portraying their characters, and I wish they had a better, tighter story, and I think that Jupiter's Legacy needs that, and I think is something that really is not needed in this whole series, is that tight narrative of past and the next, that's what it is, I think that's one of the best things they could do, and I think that's what would be the best things. This whole, I think it's something that the series needs to do. It can be consistent, tell a story, a consistent story, and not jump from back and forth. But overall, I enjoyed this show. So that's my review of Jupiter's Legacy. Hopefully you like this. Anyway, that's it for me, Dukect. Peace and love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all later.